Gosh dang it, I freaking hate all... Hello, I don't even know. Are we streaming right now? We're on air. It says we're on air. Are we on air? F it, we'll do it live. Oh my gosh. How do I just freaking do this? Hello, Eli. Welcome to the best produced gaming stream on the internet. We have the best audio. We have the best people on it. You know that H3H3 podcast? We took some tips from them. So I hope that you've enjoyed the stream so far. This is a deadly premonition to how the rest of the night will go. I am your host, Zach, the audio engineer, the audio expert, the one that hits the audio commentary button on Game Capture HD, the way that you're watching it right now. We are playing Deadly Premonition tonight. I'm joined by Travis.
What's happening? If you are the audio engineer and you're filming and you're running the stream and you're watching the chat and you're playing the game, what does that mean my job is?
You are the cheerleader. The deadly cheerleader.
Let's go. Let's go. Chugga beer.
I'm on TikTok a lot because I'm a Gen Zer. And on TikTok, they always make this joke saying, like, when the star quarterback in the high school game tears his ACL or whatever,
yeah,
and it says the cheerleaders. It shows what the cheerleaders are doing, and it just shows this crazy person dancing. It's like they're always going crazy when, like, the worst thing happens to them.
Yep. That's hilarious.
But that is kind of you tonight. If you're in the chat, if you're joining us live, if you're watching later, I have just fumbled the ball and destroyed the game for the entire high school. But you're here, and you're dancing. We're here,
and we're in the main menu.
Yeah.
We've been waiting on this game for a long time.
We have been waiting for this game for a long time, and I finally picked it up the other day. Before we even streamed it, excuse me.
You got choked up. It's so emotional.
As a big group, Travis, I believe, was there.
Yeah.
Some of the other Dweebros.
Oh God, that was like 5 years ago.
I think it was like 5 years ago. We went through Deadly Premonition 1. And we played it from beginning to end together. As a group.
Like 5 of us.
And had an amazing time. I have heard... So I wanted to see, is this one worth picking up? I was almost going to see, like, do we skip this one? Like, well, I haven't heard a lot of buzz, and I read into it, what was going on with this game. The bad stuff, like funny or stuff that you enjoy, is even worse, I think, in this one.
Oh,
I heard.
Yes.
For the good and the bad. So the good stuff that you enjoyed is even better, and the bad stuff is even worse. I've heard the frame rate is abysmal from just people being in the room. Yeah. Or even cutscenes. They can't even handle a cutscene.
I saw one little clip of him riding a skateboard down the street, and it was literally a slideshow.
Yeah, so I've heard it's abysmal, this game. So, let's get started. This jazz music is driving me up a wall.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we'll get some of that really kind of cool, mysterious music like we did in the last one.
So I wonder if they'll do a recap, because I forget. I know that the
Look
freaking...
at that frame rate.
This game is heavily influenced by Twin Peaks. But this game had its own vibe, similar to Twin Peaks, kind of goofy. But some of the stuff is just kind of odd. It's just kind of, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Small town outside of New Orleans. This game is also a prequel and a sequel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they try to do both.
I didn't know it was a prequel at all.
I heard that it's just kind of off the wall.
I love the way this director sets things up.
And they changed their art style. The art style is more...
Cel-shaded.
Cel-shaded this time.
I think it's a good choice. Oh.
Knees. 1080p knees.
This is it's generous.
This looks like Pokemon Sword and Shield right here.
Those Jaggies. Is this Mewtwo? Oh my lord. Are we gonna go collect her body parts?
Yeah, it's like at the end.
It's like Exodia. You
At
gotta
the end
put
of
it back
Wind Waker,
together.
when you got to collect all of the Triforce pieces.
Look at the foot. It looks like a stick drawing of a foot. Nice.
I'm digging the PS2 era graphics. It's looking good.
Is this sweary?
This is sweary, yeah.
Sweary. I love the style of the font. Boston.
You've been to
Ooh,
Boston.
D4.
God damn it.
It's in Boston.
What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be
Yeah, with
dead.
this audio stream.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet down.
I'm trying to move left and right, and it's just moving me forward. I've never had a game ever do this.
In Havana right now, if you hadn't shown up.
I can't move left and right or back.
Surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a
It's running
It's
terrible.
literally just pushing her in the direction.
Yeah.
What did I do to deserve
Like, I'm hitting
this?
right.
Don't hate me.
And I'm hitting back. I'm holding
Original
back
hero
right
should
now.
see
The illusion
issue a
of
special
choice.
order.
Yeah, this is actually symbolizing stuff. This is actually really deep so
How
far.
could I forget? A special
Okay, I
order
guess I'm gonna.
robbed me of my
The frame rate's
well-deserved
already making me
vacation.
sick, by the way.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
Great graphics. I confused this for Last of Us, honestly, at first.
Look at this.
And no red, remember?
Oh my gosh.
It's open. Come on in.
Okay, Francis Morgan was the main character in the last game.
Yes. And he kept talking to somebody named Zach in his ear.
Yeah,
And then I think you find out he is Zach.
Yeah, it was his other consciousness or something. Was Zach?
Yeah. And wasn't he one of the kids? It was like two kids
Oh,
or something.
yeah,
and
that
he
is
was. Is that him?
Oh shoot.
He's smoking some weed. He is looking rough.
This is old Francis Jorgen, like old Snake.
Punished.
Punished more.
He is strung
You
out.
have questions for us.
Well, it's got a New Order TV.
That's
You see that
why
logo on
you're
it?
here,
Yeah.
isn't it?
This is so ridiculous already. The game crash.
Yeah, I don't know if the game's about to
He was
crash.
loading
or-
more cutscene.
I still am only able to move forward.
That it can't be right.
Okay, I got to move and hang up my coat, and then we're into the next cutscene.
Why'd they even give you the option? Pizza.
Ow, water. Some stuff zoomed in looks okay, and then it
Yeah.
zooms out, and it's the worst looking game I've ever seen. Hey,
Mr.
he's about to
Morgan,
stream
before I
right now.
question you, allow me to first read you your rights.
This
Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law.
this is like a
Please keep that in
dreams
mind as you
game.
speak.
Dreams runs better. Had a better frame rate.
Did we have permission to film this?
Leah Davis. Okay, a new investigator on the field.
Hmm? Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
It's crazy. This game runs so bad. Like,
It runs unbelievably bad.
it's made me
Southern
sick from the
Belle
second
and a
this has
lonesome
started.
loser who can't catch a break.
Why did they
Like
go
the
with
uncanny
Switch?
duo.
I'm not
I
blaming
think
the Switch.
Nintendo
Perfect
helped them
stars for the
put it
latest
out.
video game. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I think Xbox had their fill. After
Yeah, why didn't
D4.
Microsoft buy this?
How
They
many
did
years
D4.
has it been
Yeah.
since
They don't even put that on Game Pass.
chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy.
I'm
That's
so
a private matter.
sad that D4
Didn't
never
even-
got another
I know.
episode.
It's hard to
I feel
tell
like that
who's
will come
thinking.
back someday. They'll figure it out.
My
But
eyes
So
can't be
cool.
deceived.
kind of like a Bayonetta 2 got picked up by
Yeah.
Nintendo, and they got so maybe Nintendo might
Well-
pick it up and
well-
and partner or kind of like port the first one to it, and then you get
Well, we
episode
only
2.
checked out D4 because we loved
hiding
the experience
something
of
who can hide
Premonition,
his face.
but
Yeah.
then I ended up almost liking it just as much. It was just different.
Yeah.
This is very D4 influence, I can tell already.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Morgan. But would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about. Yes, that.
Don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Did it miss a lot?
Unfortunately,
I'm
questioning doesn't
pressing
it.
work
Oh, okay.
like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now, please put out that stinking indulgence right this.
They can't talk about weed in Japan or any drugs. That indulgence.
What?
Stinky indulgence. Yeah, Japan's really hardcore against
They're
drugs.
very.
If we say no.
Then I'll put it out myself using force.
It's actually kind of shocking that they're just straight up
Whoa,
smoking
whoa, Aaliyah. This is Morgan's house. Besides, it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes.
Is that true to Boston?
weed. Yeah, Massachusetts.
Then I mean-
think, is
Oh,
the-
I'm moving there, so I can actually see this game in 60 frames.
Exactly.
Is Simon on his side?
You can use visions to acquire important hints.
Hold L to use a vision.
I guess we're using L. I don't see anything different.
Hey, Belle, why are you dressed so handsome?
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck.
It's a tie, bro.
That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie
Ooh,
symbolizes
good.
a declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness.
Oh,
and
man.
we admire your bravery.
I don't think
I
this is
thought
gonna
you
play
retired
well.
from profiling.
Bullseye. You're an easy.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
Dark laughter.
It's like a
So-
smoking man.
Belle,
He is.
does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him.
When I press L,
I'll just
nothing
have to
happens.
assault him.
I only
head
walk
on with
forward.
Questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table.
I want to use dark vision.
Go to the chessboard.
Can I do anything? Dark mode. It does nothing. It literally did nothing for me. Alright,
Do
we're
you
using
remember the
files.
homicides that took place in Le Carre, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend them.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly what
I
happened.
stole the right to investigate from them.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carre immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you. Either way, that case.
Closed. You sure about that?
Uh-oh.
Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
Do you want that second Corona?
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Okay.
We're pleased, deeply.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body. Aren't you curious about?
Body or not, we already solved that. Lisa's body can't change anything, and it's certainly.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned. Due to the She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looked. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim. She looks more like a piece of art. Or a mythological figure from a...
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and...
Isn't that right, my fairy? The corpse is beautiful. It sounds just like our story.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's... I may be able to get what I want if we...
Didn't you used to just go by Francis York Morgan?
Yeah, Princess York.
Why is it Zach now?
Well, Zach was the
that
other,
chessboard looks rather
like,
old.
his consciousness and had silver hair or whatever back
Yeah.
then.
And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad taste, but
Like
the
his
weight
ivory.
of the ivory just feels so
Sometimes.
good in our hand.
You play chess a little?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by you.
He's probably just replicating famous game or trying to solve problems from a chess work. I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut.
That's my favorite so far.
When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess.
I swear, like,
Unfortunately, your
Kojima,
guess
this
is
guy, they
completely
just grab the
wrong.
most random things and talk about them.
He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving... There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history. He was simply playing chess.
So, what's wrong with that?
I don't understand. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal. Seems like that's.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out.
Ooh, now she's really trying to. Did you hear that, my fairy?
Serious nightmare fuel. What if I use my visions?
This Isn't there someone else before coming to us?
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. After all, you visited Louisiana last. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana in 14.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment. That man is our aren't you, son?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve, which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of... This is the fake name you used to use as...
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used... He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mystery, and they always have the most bizarre...
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard, Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car, and... Isn't that right?
Who is it? This my fairy.
You can't see her. Such bad manner. You barge into our apartment, yet you don't even care about who else is...
Talked to Zach in the
This
last
is
game, and now we're talking to Jeff
identity
Perry.
Yeah.
In the past, it was known as multiple personality. You were subjected to an internal probe only once during your career, correct? They suspected that you had DID, and no problems arose. Is this how you dealt with the psychological profiler, saying strange things, weaving unrelated? Is that how you...
You're free to draw your own conclusion, but my fairy clearly exists. She's been sitting right there, on your lap, isn't... Hey! Stop it! No violence allowed in here, Belle. Wouldn't want to scare my fairy.
Okay.
My goodness.
You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all
They
these
picked the
old
Horizon
files.
Zero Dawn method of
Everything
dropping
happens
information on
for
us.
a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our... But there wasn't much we could actually investigate, due to the death...
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked.
Of course, we questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees, but we still have yet to obtain any key tests.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on
Did you ever want to
vacation.
be a detective?
When I was a kid, I watched a lot of X-Files, 7th grade, and I
Yeah,
wanted
and
to work
you
in the
wanted to be-
FBI then, yeah.
So, you
Yeah, I
gave
really
up
wanted
on
to work for the
investigation
FBI when I was younger. I just thought it would be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be.
I wanted to be a profiler. I wanted to learn about different,
Remember what happened?
like religions and different philosophies, and try to help, profile
That
serial
man.
killers.
Oh wow.
So incoherent.
Hey, are you talking about...
But then I've also heard like Kenny knows somebody. You might know the same person we're talking about, but somebody
The guy
that
who
he
managed the
knew
vault
that
where
was an
Lisa's
FBI
body was
person.
I
found?
lived
But
with him, yeah.
okay, yeah. But hearing stories of like from him or from Kenny, from you, whatever, it's like
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe saved us from seeing
Yeah,
some
oh
stuff.
yeah, it's hard work. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy
The
I
stuff that
know,
you see.
the guy I know, he
Remember Leah?
works
You
in the
said he was
Boston
a pain
branch
to
of the
deal with, too.
FBI. I won't say his name, but he's a really great guy. He's former military, one of the most wildly intelligent people I've ever met too. Like he majored in mechanical engineering, and then he went to the military. And then
Yeah.
he
Large
is in
man.
FBI in Boston, and he is someone that told me one day we were talking about bad people and are people
Yeah.
born bad or they become bad, and he looked at me dead in the eyes. And this guy is not hyperbolic at all. He's very mild mannered. Sometimes when you're talking to him about, he can get intense, but he looked at me dead in the eyes. He said, "It's a good thing hell exists. 'Cause there are some people who deserve it." And I was like, man, I could tell the way he said that
Yeah,
he's seen
like
some
we don't know
things.
what he saw. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Oh yeah. He couldn't talk because I lived with his family, and his wife didn't know what was going on. and all
yeah,
that
you can
stuff,
talk
and-
about that
I'm
stuff.
sure you've already put him under surveillance. textbook FBI protocol.
So that's the part that I would just be. Can I just
No,
be
he's
the
right.
PG-13
Everything
FBI agent?
happens for a reason.
Can I just be someone that doesn't go to the dark cases?
You just want to go to like the,
I want to see stuff that won't frick me up for the rest of my life.
I want it to be very cinematic.
Hi, will this frick me up? Okay, we'll send another agent to you. Or I'll come in with a pillow like I do on horror films.
Yeah.
Even this, especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots.
He's got strangely
Oh my god! Every time you.
pile of DVDs. Let's see what he's got over there.
A stinking indulgence. And a massive DVD collection. You must live a very comfortable life.
I just love he takes a drag off his.
We're retired,
Indulgence.
remember.
Yeah.
Retired in your 40s. I'm envious.
He's 40. Oh my god, he looks
Years of
horrible.
Movies, Belle.
I'm not affected.
Oh, that
It's
won't
just
do.
like.
You should dedicate all the free time you have to watching movies. It's practically an unwritten films guide us. Films are.
Look at that film in the back, Rat Man. That's a guy in underwear and rat ears.
Is that so?
For example, They Live, 1988, directed by
I have been wanting to watch that
I wanna
movie,
watch
and now,
that too.
now it's been.
We just watched Prince of Darkness. We
Yeah.
should watch that.
Taught us a valuable lesson. Always put on your sunglasses before a fight.
You know, you got a point. Movies teach us about everything we need to know.
There's just a
I
certain
learned
thing.
about the right way to eat frozen pizza from Cobra, one of Stallone's best films. Before that, I wouldn't be caught dead trying to eat frozen pizza. I thought it wasn't fit for human consumption, but that film changed my life.
Simon, that has nothing to do with We're just talking about pizza.
Zach's vacant eyes. Well, what's this?
Yeah.
Another strangely clean. I don't like this little triangle.
Mr. Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
With a triangle.
Those are.
Sanctuary.
They've existed from the start.
Sanctuary.
That's right. Hovels for pure souls, if you.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing, but we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon, don't touch the sanctuary.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years.
My bad. It's my first time actually coming in.
You're earning far more than you deserve. What were you doing all day in that black leaf on wiretapping list? Don't tell me. Crossword puzzle. What do you think? My fair 4.5 years. All that time.
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on. I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taking control of the conversation.
Yeah, I'll
At
say.
this rate, we'll never get any. I need to press him some.
Rummaging Simon.
Agent Jones, did you find?
With a milk carton strapped together. Francis Z.
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Whoa! Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of justice!
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Die. Surrounded. Ah! 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 Yeah.
Jeez.
I think he's moving backwards in quality of scripting and sequencing.
It's funny that the graphics, I think, might look worse than the first one. I don't
They
know.
might.
I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through.
I think they do.
How could I be so stupid? Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being. I made sure to read through your file and learn about the color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please.
I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red.
Don't touch one. I told you.
Now, may we return to our...
Don't.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the cup, and I believe that fear is connected to the...
Was Greenvale the last game?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Could you tell me what exact...
Sanctuary is nothing.
Alright, we're gonna blow through this. I'll read
That
it and I'll
doesn't
get the.
explain.
Why?
Okay,
Just
sanctuaries. Was wondering about it.
You're a monk, don't you agree? What you are a sanctuary. If you're...
Hey,
What? We hope you've got...
well, no one's supposed to...
That's what we...
What about you, though? You can't
He's
even...
asking if you can touch a sanctuary.
I doubt it. If no one can... How do you clean them?
Yeah, how do you clean sanctuaries? Okay, no one gives a frick.
This is a very long... Is there something you don't want people...
Big shredder. That's a big shredder.
But we never know when some curious...
You're already... What are you so...
It's just from back when. Didn't they bang that into you? Somehow it's no matter how...
Got a habit of shredding paper. Let's look at the Greenville case again.
Mr. Moore, I'd like to...
We don't want...
I'm sorry that there's no... I
He's
remember
asking about the
hearing
last
this
game case.
when I was still a high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered in the FBI. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation. Is that correct? After that case, you went, and when you returned, you requested to be... What happened?
That's a private, none of your business.
Were you trying... It's a common
Some bricked them
problem
up.
with prolific agents such as... But there's another... Perhaps you simply... Thinking too much about something. The Greenville, don't you think it was...
Read the report, we have nothing.
I just need one more thing.
Summon the past. Honeycomb in a jar. That'll do it. It might be something else.
Royal jelly.
Huh?
You were staring at... Do you find it strange we wanted to harvest royal jelly? The Queen's main food source. It's a perfect food, filled with power. By absorbing it into our own body. Incidentally,
No.
yes, they didn't. Male bees are only, and they're born from unfertile. They have short lives. Sort of feels like a glimpse into the future of us. Women are gifted with the power to conceive, but men are consumed with the job of providing women. If women no longer had to rely on men for the seeds of life, they would soon cease to be careful, son. Huh? Your bell has already stolen the reins from you.
Oh my god. Think this game was at all controversial?
The silver clock in that trash.
Yeah, I heard they actually did do a change on this.
John Harrison's fifth chronometer. Complete
Oh,
after
not
many
bad.
years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude. It's only a replica, of course.
You like clocks?
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect.
I'm gonna talk about clocks for a second. Something very interesting.
Took the invisible
Because
idea
growing
of
up, my
time
grandpa,
and
at my grandparents' house, there is
Yes.
8 million clocks, and when a clock it strikes like the hour, it like bling bling bling, like
All
all
over.
these clocks go off. And I asked my grandpa a couple of years ago, I was like, why do you have so many clocks or whatever? I don't know if it was my grandma or whatever.
Yeah,
And it's because when he was growing up,
absolutely
they didn't have
fascinating.
much money. They were kind of poor and stuff, and they couldn't afford a clock. So like when he got older, he's like, oh, I can get clocks,
own a lot of clocks.
and like he just got more clocks, and then he just became collecting all these clocks and stuff. So
It's interesting how different
I see.
generations will
Yeah.
stock up on things they didn't have when they were
yeah,
kids.
because I was like, now how do you know what time to eat or whatever? And when they would work like these kind of like tobacco fields and stuff, his dad was able to look up and just be like, okay, it's 4:00. 4:30, like knew where the sun was at,
Wow.
and like could position. That's how they knew where time was and stuff.
Time is
But
valuable precisely because yet
Time.
nowadays people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers.
yeah, see,
Talk about
he's
this.
just talking about my
I mean
great
the side
grandpa.
of the board of longitude, but remember, humans used to cross oceans with the stars alone.
That's true. Let's go back. I'm throwing out all
Study
clocks
moonshots
after
and
this.
Study the sky. We don't need clocks.
I agree.
What if it's cloudy or stormy?
Oh, okay, we're
Need is
correct.
courage.
Oh,
And love.
Hear that, my fairy? Courage and Come on, Beth. Surely you know how many lives have been claimed by your pal.
Hey, hold on a sec. That board of longitude thing. What the? I mean, I've heard of it before. I'm an FBI and I just sort of can't remember it.
That's how I ask questions at work.
I know what it is, but I
I
forget what it is.
That acronym you guys keep saying.
What up,
is that?
KOTV? How's it going? We are trying to figure out this game.
Come on.
Trying to figure out Agent Jorgen.
Jorgen
Sword
Morgan.
Jorgen Morgan. Picture and documents.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
Please look at this. Oh shoot.
What did we don't want to?
This isn't a photo. Look close, former special agent.
Oh.
It's that tree. What was it? Was it somebody dead in that tree or something?
Yeah.
This photograph is from the Lucare case you worked on in...
Red tree.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the red tree.
Greenville wasn't the first place you saw one. The Greenville case and the Lise Clarkson murder, they're connected by these red tree, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
What are these trees?
I want to tell me everything.
The red. You're dead.
Oh my god.
I want to know what went down in Lucare.
Alright, I think.
Okay, the music. I love the music in all these games. They're just crazy changes.
I think we're in the.
Yes, it was. That red
Okay, we're about to
tree
get a
of
flashback.
I think we're gonna start getting the good story
life.
stuff.
The sun comes
Can you
down.
slow down a little
a
bit?
torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering. We still had our best friend with us, Ben. The other me.
Yeah, his other half.
My better half.
Francis York more. Oh, maybe this is Zach.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, the same people. He just had the same person in him. I don't know. I almost wanted to watch like a flashback to the
Yeah.
first game, but I was hoping that they would kind of, and they don't.
man, that was the intro. Like a Bond intro.
It is. I am glad I got this game. It's running at 12 frames per second, but and I think I even read a review and I was like, yeah, that hits it on the nail on the head. And I've talked about this before on our podcast, but where games exist like Last of Us 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn, these AAA, like so much budget, so much polish on them. Like playing this, like you're not gonna see that from Naughty Dog. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna see these kind of like weirdo, wacko, kind of experimental kind of games.
Yeah.
And this is
Very experimental.
almost like an indie film. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Well, and I'll be honest, with the way the gaming industry's going, it's going to be more stuff like this, and then
Yeah.
the highest of high budget. They're throwing a lot at us
Yeah.
right now.
I think that's where like movies and stuff are going to be for a little bit until they get this COVID stuff figured
Yeah.
out. I think it's going to be more like smaller kind of productions and stuff.
Yeah.
This looks great. Nintendo said, you have all the money. Make whatever you want to make. Death Stranding is Kojima off the leash, but maybe this is Swery off the leash.
Yeah. This is a lot.
They actually gave him more budget to fix the graphics and he didn't do it.
This is wild.
That was a cool intro. There's back to the PS2 graphics.
There is a lot happening in this game so far.
Can I play it and not have any button I hit just go forward on me?
Zach. Zach. Can you hear me, Zach? There you are, Zach. Sleeping again?
Yeah, it says Francis York Morgan.
Oh.
Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the...
Okay. Oh, I skipped it because I thought it was going to the next cutscene. He said something like, the color red, Zach, huh?
I don't think it'll be the end of the world.
Dead to Lee Premonition. Ah!
What did it say?
A blessing in disguise.
We've gotten like 6 title cards.
Now that is the official subtitle of this game, A Blessing in Disguise. Summer of 05. Summer. It's just summer after a summer on the thing. There's a lot of subtle stuff in these games that are even funnier than...
Those tree jaggies.
No anti-aliasing to be
She
found.
wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us. Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
What an honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast steady.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Carne.
A little Louisiana town is kind of a cool theme.
I'm the chef, Dave. If you want to know about the town, you better ask concierge. Only amateur chefs like their
That's the
guns
smoothest
out
I've seen the frame rate right here.
Yeah.
When it looks out to all the distance.
Sweeping shot. David Joara.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
I'm just talking personally.
No, to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's private.
If you say so, still.
Did anybody ask me about that in the last one?
I don't know.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation.
Just he's in pajamas.
Maybe he does. I think he is.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Not tell you, this country seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
What's funny is
Zach, he's definitely a
you almost have to try with Unity and everything else to make a game look this bad.
Yeah, you
Like,
do.
You have it has to be an artistic like thing.
Folks say killer used an axe.
I don't know, like Unless it was really done on such a shoestring budget,
But
I
all
think
of his
Nintendo-
games have kind of been this way.
But D4 looked good. D4 I thought wasn't bad, you know. Maybe it was like the budget stuff too. I don't know, but
I think the polish on a lot of games comes from.
I mean, there's some charm for it running so badly. Like I don't know, like
We haven't even walked in the open world yet.
what do you know about the victim?
You said the victim was a 16.
Well, sure.
Meaning?
She's Lee Clarkson, the little grandbaby.
Clarkson?
That's right. You ain't seen any sign of one of that used culture that had dragonfly on. Anyway, that's Clarkson. They own most of the land around here. From the sugar plantation, yeah, I reckon they got a stake. They even own the water tower when they're the ones who built up this town.
Where's the Clarkson
What do you
house?
know about the Clarkson?
Nah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. That family ain't
Stay
the
away.
same gang. They're old, different day folks, remnants of the good old boys who shaped, especially the head of the family. And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge. Things different down here.
I see.
How can I get around
By
town?
the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen the car in the bucket. How'd you get all the way out here? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David. It's true that I did park my car in your DDOI.
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
But you with the FBI?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. Could happen after you park your car on the side of the road, you go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, and we're watching a movie, and you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket, your car can be stolen.
That is true.
Precisely what it means to be an FBI.
What?
In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down, but no need to worry. I already reported it, and I've also already acquired another mode of transport.
Another mode?
Want to hear the detail?
Not really, but I'll listen if you want.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I rented. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent, especially in California. Now I'm in hot, and so I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped aircraft.
Hybrid car.
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy now. In the year 2005, it feels like we stomped down on the gas all you want.
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may. I can see it now. It's from 1984, directed by Nick. It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG.
I love this stuff.
Couldn't care less about that.
It reminds me of Kojima.
Yeah.
The beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them.
These are the Kodak conversations.
No one
Yeah, they are.
movie has ever had.
So, yeah, where's your hybrid car?
Sorry, I got off top. I noticed it was missing after I finished my. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town. I went out to get back in it, but I remembered exactly where I parked it. Right between a blue pickup truck and a head. But when I came back from lunch, in short, and its place stayed
What?
a skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yeah. While I was sliding my lunch into my stuff, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board. Remarkable, don't you
So
think?
then how did you get here?
By riding a skateboard. Obviously, no, I couldn't ride the board very. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less, by the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. The journey itself does not even I knew I had this late.
Oh my god.
This is crazy. Okay, I gotta play.
Watch out, you.
Felice Clark, don't you think so? Cat people who are guiding us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm once we get home. Let's watch Blue Thunder. I'm already looking forward. Zach,
Jeez.
the Searing Light. He says it's the. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
The tea was to die for, but I prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
Jeez, can I play this game?
Dude, how long have we been playing and we haven't done anything yet? You walked up some stairs and you hung up a coat.
It's probably gonna only let me move forward. When it's lagging on the load screen, that pretty much is when it's going at 23 frames per second on the load screen.
Maybe make your load screen a still image if it can't run. Oh my god.
Just run around my pajamas all day. Yeah, this game is like sub 30 frames everywhere.
After you've been playing a lot of PC at high frame rate, this
Oh, yeah.
is just unbelievable.
I can't even believe it.
It looks unreal.
Can I punch people?
I think any of these guys will... Oh, you just got... You're paying money. You just paid money. You lost money.
I lost $100 for
You lost,
punching.
oh, you keep losing more.
Oh, I lost $300.
Every time you punch him, you're losing 100. You just lost $300.
That was worth it. When we're all linked in the neural network and we punch someone else, it automatically finds you and takes money on your digital currency wallet.
It hits your social score.
Your social score is done. This run's great, guys.
Now, do you think that the last one ran better than this?
Absolutely. Because it just was ugly, but it ran at 30 consistently. I don't remember it ever being, but I heard this game before I bought it being abysmal in frame rate. But then I was reading that they are working on some update for it.
Will it ever get ported?
They said no, and it might be true because Nintendo helped.
So this could be like a Devil's Third situation.
It might be a Devil's Third, and they Bayonetta. Bayonetta 2, I don't think will come to PC either. Bayonetta 1 did, but I don't think Bayonetta 2 will.
The good thing is it's very easy to hack Switch stuff and play those games on PC.
I looked into that, and this game ran even worse on... If you can believe it, it was glitching all over the place. I know they'll fix it someday, but...
Chasing all over it. I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something.
This takes me back to music.
It's about time you ordered a new brief. Yes, I know.
Isn't it crazy it's been 10 years since the release of Deadly Premonition?
That is crazy.
It's been a decade.
That's nuts.
And we still haven't improved the graphics.
Shootout at Tucson.
Wow, that's crazy.
Billy, our perk, had his own tour with the help of the drugs. I feel like that still requires incredible.
2010 was a good year for games. I think it was when Fez came out.
Yep.
Fez is 10 years old.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird when Fez is old enough that it's a classic game.
Man, I remember playing it and go, man, I think this will be a classic.
Yeah.
You know, and,
I think it's a classic.
yeah. Gotta respect the little assets around here. 90? It just says 90 on the wall and everything.
Evidence organization start.
The frick? What have I got?
An emerging drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana, and Liz Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow. A 16-year-old girl was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar.
So this happened before the events of the 05 Le Carl or whatever.
Yeah, this is before.
And it's connected to it, actually. We just never saw this part.
It's gonna be interesting. Did he ever? I wonder if he ever mentioned this in the last one.
The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Carre, and he seems to be more fierce than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any.
Evidence organized. Okay, we got it.
Good lord.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay.
What a random.
Shown at a cinema complex, an experimental setting.
Did you see where they're letting you can rent out an entire movie theater watch Empire Strikes Back for $99?
I did hear about that.
So if we just get it up to 20 people,
Oh man, that'd be fun. We should do that actually.
I mean, that'd be like what?
That, and I saw Akira also.
20? That'd be $5 per person.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I'll do it.
That director's
Go
order.
work together.
Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard. This is a turning point.
Star Wars and Blade Runner.
You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre. A
The
genre
Island?
known as island movies. Sure does sound.
Strand Films.
Strand Films. Lulu, stop! Is there a toy over there for her? Yeah, get the toy.
There you go.
She'll get distracted. He who knocks, answer the door.
Doctor's so dumb.
They're pretty dumb.
You could just give him a toy and they'll stop. Get totally distracted. Oh shoot! You scared the crap out of me. Hey, eat the toy, not me.
What is going on right here? This like satanic shrine in the middle of his.
Yeah, his old apartment is a lot different than his new apartment.
Okay, we know what that is. That's how we save. Okay. Well, at least that was fast. Lulu.
There you go, puppy.
Lay down, Lulu.
I'm very satisfied with the decorations, and it's even got a security box. It's proof that we're still safely inside the fringes of Mom.
Okay, your clothes gonna become dirty. It's like Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. You gotta like manage your food and stuff.
Chew your toy there, doggy. Your clothes can become dirty.
Yeah, I changed my clothes to brown.
Ow!
Lulu, if you don't distract her with a toy, she'll kill you.
I am. She's just not eating it. There you go. It's your toy.
Nice picture on the wall.
Good. What is that shrine for?
It won't even let me examine it. It's just there. Oh, we're gonna shave. We could do this in the last game, couldn't we? You could shave and
Yeah, I think so.
shower and stuff.
Ow!
Lulu! Silly idiot.
What?
Little silly idiot.
Yes, this music.
Hey there, Chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir?
It's David Jawara.
I'm the concierge, David.
What? It's the same guy.
I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the movie hideout town's name.
Yes, I gathered that your car is French, but does it have any...
Yeah, the same guy.
Same guy, same name.
Why, yes, sir, of course it does.
Just different.
But now he has an accent.
Logical.
It's a different job.
All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this
Lulu!
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square.
Lulu!
Ah.
Oh.
And
That's it.
that's it.
The square.
Yes.
Oh, it is a square.
That's it, sir. Do take a gander at the town map and lobby, fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir.
Did you ever play the Metro games?
Please
No.
don't hesitate to
On the 360 even?
No. I know about them, and they're like, aren't they set in Russia or whatever?
Yeah,
and they,
yeah.
It's scary.
I'm about to start Metro 2033. It looks really good.
Yeah,
But
I've
you
heard a lot
said-
of people like them.
That was clearly David. Not a twin. Not a split personality. Just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say. The job makes the man.
Job makes the man. I love how ambiguous these games are with everything.
Lulu, lay down.
She's doing okay. She's like chewing on me. They're gonna have to sell me on the whole like meta story with him being older, because I feel like you could just take this guy and put him in all different settings and you'd have a good game. Without the time traveling and the...
Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman. Perhaps we should talk to him.
The guy in the picture?
Nice tie. Did you buy it?
What the frick is going on?
It's been a long time since someone spoke. Nobody these days ever tries to see.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly.
This
This is civilization. They zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Zoomed away from what?
Don't get fooled. You know the answer. As for me, just call me
Hunga.
What is going on?
Why is he talking to this picture? What?
Do you comprehend the oracle?
The oracle. Your religion checks out. Here we go.
Fair-tinted maidens in the shrine of hunger. Find the blind serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the blind serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by other world?
Follow the oracle.
Zach, did you hear all that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos. But such is our duty. We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle piece by piece.
Stop it!
And after we put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself. Let's capture the truth and present it in a shining pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
These games are just their own genre, man.
What? Oh, you can save it in your phone. Forgot, yeah.
Can you go outside?
Don't punch anybody accidentally, we'll lose more money.
That bull.
He's gonna talk to the bull
So
now.
here's another perfect symbol of the human did. And it's a buffalo hunting trophy.
Would you ever put like a deer head on your wall or something?
Not my vibe. Yeah.
I
now
had
that I own a house, it's funny to look around and be like, who does that?
I had a friend growing up, and his parents were really into hunting, and they had deer like heads all on the wall and stuff, and I've never seen that to this day again. Like,
Yeah, no. When I was a kid, I felt like I saw it, but now that I'm older, you don't see that.
I don't
ever.
see that often anymore. That might have been just kind of a style, like, but maybe people still do it. Maybe we're just not around with people, but
Yeah.
But I don't see it anymore. Yeah.
But as a kid, I remember it being a thing. People had the singing bass.
Yeah.
They would put that in their living room, like as decoration.
I see those at thrift stores.
I'd see the singing bass, and then I would also see. Yeah, you don't see deer trophy heads, but I remember seeing it as a kid all the time.
With everything that was missing from the finale of 2001: Space Odyssey. Just talking about it makes me want to watch it. Let's watch it once we get home.
2010: A Space Odyssey. So.
Yeah, there's a sequel they made to 2001. Well, 2010.
I know. I just never saw it, but.
Yeah, I never saw it either. But one time, so they had a jacuzzi in their basement. The same friend. And I remember we were kind of just playing around, just being goofy or whatever, and I dried off in their jacuzzi or whatever, and I had this wet towel. And I threw it at him, or he threw it at me. I think he might have threw one at me, and I dodged it or whatever. That wet towel went on one of those deer heads on the wall and pulled that thing down, and that thing like came off the wall. Like that freaking head flew down. I think it did end up breaking glass. Like I think it fell on a glass table and stuff too.
It was a deer flying.
It was it was a whole ordeal.
Coke?
Cola. Okay.
What kind of snacks are there?
Yeah, what snacks we got?
Lollipop.
Fills your stomach a little bit.
Butter cookie.
Is there a butter cookie? Okay, this one's right over here. Oh, this is the map we gotta look at.
Is it red because you need to look at it?
Yeah.
Zach, this is Lucari. I think I'm finally starting to understand what concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care. That's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
Picking up the pillow. Lou. Map has been unlocked.
Man. It's been a while since I played a game where you really have this much dialogue at the front.
Despite all the dramatic buildings, little more than heartwarming. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from good food. Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The Oracle gives us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where?
Diner. You gotta go to a diner.
Alexis's Diner and Alexis's.
Gotta do a diner.
There are even pins and bowling balls. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time. Nice job, Zach. I knew you'd be. Now for the other. There's no flying serpent. Could it be a contrail? Perhaps first, let's just figure out, do you know what the ambiguous zero represents? Zero is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous zero than that. Very funny. Now it's time to already.
Maybe this
What's
down
the
here.
top
Food delivery services.
Cold storage, yeah.
With this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the
That's a good call.
Be honest.
I'm pretty smart.
You knew the answer.
These little puzzles are funny.
I got $10 back. I punched that guy for $300.
If you had just kept punching him, we would have had to redo all of that because you wouldn't have a save and you would have
May end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
lost all your money.
the most fun thing about Swery or
This is a smoke-free hotel.
Kojima or whatever.
If you die in the smoke, the entrance, you'll find a smoking area.
They keep changing the same guy. I don't know what to expect. That's what was fun about the other Premonition 1 and any of Kojima's games or D4 had it.
Keep getting something new.
You don't know what you're about to see next scene.
We work at the same place, yeah. But I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
These voices are totally different, but
You've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams deep south, actually. No, it doesn't.
nothing. Yeah, nothing about his voice.
His charm.
Nothing about his voice is deep south.
If,
Yeah, what are you doing, boss?
Go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Deep south.
I'll play by your rules.
I was cracking up earlier. I found, do you know that guy Linus on YouTube? He makes all those tech stuff. Well, there was a thing on TikTok. I don't know if it was their own edited version or somebody put it up, like they just put it up on their YouTube that way. But on this TikTok, it was him, and I guess he does a series where he like builds new PCs for people apparently or something.
Okay.
That was the premise I got. Well, what had happened was he was building the PC, and he's like, "Oh, this is kind of pretty good build up." They were looking at the PCs like, or what'd you have before or whatever? And he's like, "I had a 2080 Ti or something, like the best 2080 card or whatever." And it like went to the boom, like they just zoomed in on that guy, and he's like, "Why are we building you a PC?" And he went, it's whatever this. He kept explaining himself. He was like, it did this. It was all beepity boopity, and that was cracking me up. And it was like, just beep boop, beepity boopity. It doesn't work well. But him explaining that didn't work. It's just beepity boopity.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
But he just was looking like, why? I could have done.
Why am I building you of all people?
Whether a restaurant or a hotel, the key to charming your customers is how you present your bath. I'm sure you feel the same way, don't you, Zach? Now this is the kind of bathroom person. It might even trump the one we saw in that drug dealer's house. Remember? The art piece on display in there utilized the natural curves of human ribs in such a novel way. It was truly brilliant.
I would love if Swery got teamed up with some competent devs.
Yeah. What is behind there? Look.
What is that?
There's like so much stuff behind the stalls. Can I get back there? I think that's just part of the joke is look under there.
There's a million things.
There's so much stuff back there.
What on earth? Dude, these games, man.
Okay, can't get out of the women's bathroom. I'm playing Deus Ex, and I was playing on stream, and someone was like, "Please go in the women's restroom," and I had done that already. But you walk in there, and there's just a woman standing there, and you go up, and immediately she says to you, like, "How unprofessional." Like, he says that to you, like.
Oh god, I
How
want to play that.
unprofessional.
How long is that game?
I think it's 20 hours. I'm halfway through it, and it is an amazing, amazing game.
I kind of want to play it before
If you get in a
Cyberpunk.
vibe of it, that's what I was thinking. Was I kind of want to go back through? The only one I beat previously to this was the second one, Invisible War and
Human Revolution.
Human Revolution. But
How can I be a favor?
hiya, boss. Hey, boss.
Southern Charm, that's what he said.
I did. Go take a look. But yeah, I was worried because it's like I'm beating this. It's like I kind of want to go in the second one, third one, and whatever, and I'll go back to Human Revolution and I'll play Mankind Divided for the first time. That's the newest one that came out in 2015, I think. But Cyberpunk's in a couple weeks, and I was like, I can't. Like, I'm gonna finish the first one and beat Cyberpunk and come back late at a later date. I'm gonna
Too
have
similar.
to. It's too
But it's
similar.
good that you're playing Deus Ex before Cyberpunk because
Yeah.
I think that they're going to be it's pretty influential too.
Yeah.
We decided to provide a modest selection of daily necessities.
Great.
Exactly.
Gonna buy rubber bullets from the front counter of the hotel. What is that? Sleeping bag.
Corn
Yeah,
dog.
look like corn.
Serving you is
His
my
little bow
duty
tie.
to let you know.
That is one thing Japanese games do as well. Is like, why have one guy play 8 different roles in this
Yeah.
hotel? But it's so just
It's
it's
goofy.
memorable and it's. All right, let's get the heck out of here, please. God, get me out of here.
These load screens crack me up.
Load screens are going to be a thing of the past here in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
On
they
the
are.
PS5. I don't think there's any loading anymore. Like,
Barely any. It's going to be awesome. Well, especially because we'll be mostly playing first-party stuff on the PS5.
yeah.
All that stuff will use the SSD. Some of the third-party, it's kind of hit or miss probably. But
Mm.
what did you think about the UI reveal overall?
I loved it. I really, really loved it because one thing I really liked is the kind of sharing the screen. And
Yeah.
You can just put that in the corner and just
Yeah.
let it go. I don't think you could do that on the PS4 or Xbox One.
No,
could you?
the picture in place is awesome.
I think
That's
it's,
a really
I don't know
cool
if it's
feature.
froze up or what. It's still loading. But, I might have it locked up. Oh, okay, we're moving again. I also loved and I wonder if this is like linked up with their trophy system, but there's a part of the UI thing when they were showing the
Progress cards.
the progress, and you could just jump to that part of the game or something.
I don't know how that works.
And I was like, that would have to be up to the developers to put that. But like, say if like, okay, level 6, you have to collect all this stuff. If I could just jump to that immediately and whatever,
yeah.
and it shows me, okay, you got 6 out of 10, or that was something with that was something with
You know that means more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
all these 360 and PS3 games. Is like, if I wanted to,
There is
back
a
when I was into
difference.
achievements and stuff, like, okay, you need to do this 100 times or take down 100 enemies, and it will now show you better. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this
that
is
might
your
get me
progress.
into trying to do trophies. more.
yeah, because there's the games I really enjoy. I do want to do the trophies, and
We're always surrounded by
yeah, I really liked it. It looked just like the PS4's, similar to that.
Yeah.
They just kind of made it more full screen, like the content you care about. So.
Yeah.
You also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
I liked the being able to pull up videos showing you how to get through a part.
Yeah, so you don't have to jump into like a YouTube video. It just was
I'm
kind of
curious how many games will have that in there. Though.
That's up to the developer, I think. But I think they'll support it. I don't know, like
It's just
especially
really,
the first party stuff that will. I
yeah,
believe
it's
that
really,
stuff is.
really next level.
And that Little Big Planet game looks fun.
It showed like how many minutes left you had in the mission.
Yeah.
That is
big.
really crazy.
And they even said it was like, we are doing this stuff because we're respecting your time.
yeah.
And for me, that like I don't get much time as I used to play games. I love knowing because
Yeah.
even on Deus Ex, I had to look up like how far am I in this game? Like what am I looking at? Like,
yeah.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should
This
have
game
been
runs
that.
terribly.
The open world is just killing this thing.
No, I think it's gonna be good. I think when I get out in the open world, it's gonna run better.
What is the ashtray?
Just as I thought, Zach.
This
This
contract
contract paper.
It's a
It's a
San
San
Rouge
Rouge
wrapper.
wrapper.
San Rouge is here too.
They looked at this game and said, "All right,
San Rouge is
connected to the lease clock.
let's export it."
Yeah.
Sprawl case spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction.
Like I heard there was an update that's coming to fix some of these issues, but God Almighty.
Well, I don't know if I trust them.
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
Patricia Woods.
Tell me,
Tell me,
Patricia,
Patricia,
does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
It also on the UI it looked very quick to jump between the games
yeah.
and stuff, and I was like, yeah, digital, because we're gonna go
All
digital,
digital.
stuff.
I
Like,
want to do quick resume and jump in between.
yeah, that kind of cemented for me when I was watching. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it did for me too.
Oh, it's not too bad. About 22 frames we're getting.
Oh,
21.
My God.
What if we had Kenny here? Kenny gets more motion sick than any of us, but
Dude, that
with like
is-
FPSs. But I am like about to barf.
That is. It's the audio too. Fuck.
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Mel. They call me the sheriff around here.
Melvin Woods.
FBI
This
special.
looks like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
On the
three,
PS2.
yeah.
That's what
These
everyone
buildings
calls me.
and
Huh?
character model.
Well,
Really does.
Alright.
Mr. York. How's that sound? Fine by me. I'm sure you figured this out. But our town's
That.
Yeah. Folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? DC, LA, or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard, and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself, but I visited him a few times, so I know what it's like.
Is Patricia like a little girl?
She looks like it.
Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what? I bet you...
She should
I know CLG. I'm
the
just
sheriff.
trying to make a little small talk, that's all. Anyway,
Who?
round these parts, everyone knows each other's names.
I'm getting the box because I want to see who made
And
this.
since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Who made this? Like, what college or high school did they give this to?
A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is.
Rising Star Games. Yeah, they're Rising Stars here. What games have they done? Is it Swery Studio Rising Star, or did they? I feel like they partnered with somebody.
Our world is filled with information, and it's all within
Rising Star
their
Games.
FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
What? Ginga Force.
The Lee's Clarkson case is connected to a top secret case that we
Harvest Moon, One World, Rico, Digger Wrecker, Harvest Moon, Mad Dash, Deadly Premonition 2, Ginga Force, Netsuki Chronicles.
Okay, so a lot of Japanese games.
Yeah.
And Harvest Moon.
Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir. Well,
I don't know who Patricia Woods is. She just kind of showed up. She was right there.
Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it. Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh,
I forgot there was a body. My honest to
There
God.
was so much stuff happening. We talked to a painting. We talked to the same hotel clerk.
You already figured that much out. But
You made it 1 foot outside your hotel.
not too sure that going down there at this point is really gonna help much. You know?
Explain it yourself.
What up? Game
Is that
Monchi.
her?
He said the animations though.
It's amazing.
That's her dad?
Did you hear that, Zach?
Who's her dad?
They put the body in a
She
cold
called him
storage
Daddy?
warehouse.
Oh.
This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
It looks like a mean video.
Really? Well,
It does look like a mean video.
Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse.
It looks like a PS2 game.
It
It's
looks
really
like late Xbox.
late Xbox One, and not Xbox One.
Original
The
Xbox.
original.
I ain't looking to create further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Yeah, I guess this is her dad.
If you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see. So I try to stay out of the way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
Jeez. If I can make it to the warehouse and not barf for this frame rate,
Gotta hop on that skateboard.
I'm sure it'll be good when I get on the skateboard, I think. Watch my skateboard. Okay, here we go.
You've been playing a lot of Tony Hawk lately. Is this about the same?
Yeah, I think it lines up with. Hey guys, this is not the stream lagging. As you can see from our video, the video is fine.
Oh,
It is the game itself. It is unbelievable.
You made it like
You
what?
ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, art, or using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either.
What a way to answer that. That's a Mark Zuckerberg answer.
Mark Zuckerberg, can we say real quick, he's got to be a robot.
He's a robot.
Because
for sure.
I watched, I don't know if he's done another of these, but he was doing some barbecue in his backyard. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, he's not
And
a real
people
person.
were, he was like, yeah, what's up? And people kept saying, can you give me the Zuck? Which is like kind of a, like, can you give me a suck kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But people kept saying that in the chat and it was like, give me the Zuck. I see people keep saying, give me the Zuck. What does that mean? And it was like, you're a robot.
He really
man.
is a robot.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all... Don't tell me what you imagine, or else I'll get scared of you for real.
God, jeez.
Hey. Can I come with you? You signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my dad.
Do whatever you like. This is America, but I have one condition.
What condition?
Don't ask me about that. It's a private.
It's a private matter.
How, you gonna both ride on your
Zach,
skateboard?
feels like she's carrying something. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. Can't leave her alone. You feel the same way, don't you?
Main quest. No spell
Main
check.
quest.
That feels like a major thing, dude.
Main quest.
I am getting sick just playing this game. Okay.
Melvin called you a strange name.
How much you want to bet they couldn't do the car because the frame rate was too bad, so they swapped out the skateboard?
I am literally getting sick watching the screen. I don't know if I can do this.
Dude, you want me to take over?
I wish you could tell me something
I can get us over
I'm
there.
getting physically ill. Maybe if I go faster, it'd be better.
Do whatever you like.
I'm going till I barf, guys.
To the warehouse, right? You gonna go straight there?
Can I jump?
There's trees.
There's gotta be a jump button.
I'm aiming to visit Alexis's diner lane, but we've only just arrived in this town, so might be nice to stroll around a bit.
What? I thought you came here to investigate.
Go left, you're closer to the one on the left.
Okay.
This is pre-alpha.
You know, do you remember us making fun of, do you remember us making fun of Deadly Premonition, the ones driving, and how, like, rudimentary it was?
Yeah.
I take back everything I said.
You
That
take
is
it.
the Forza
Of
this series.
This is bad, man.
Okay, it's
How
over
do you
here.
make a game run this bad?
Yeah, you got to be trying. That has to be for artistic, because there's no way you can make a game run this bad. Diner.
Oh my god.
Patty.
Look up real quick. Are they making an update for Deadly Premonition 2? Like to fix the frame rate?
We're not first mentioned in the hotel parking lot. If you want to find it, maybe you should track down
Professor R.
Yeah. Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that? Because, huh?
Deadly Premonition 2 update.
Alright.
I haven't been that sick looking at video games since Oblivion let you do a dupe glitch.
September 8th, 2020. Deadly Premonition 2 is so much better now following the latest Switch patch.
So this is at its best? Or maybe I didn't get the update. Should I try to get the update?
Oh, holy S. The frame rate outdoors is night and day, someone said on September 8th.
Maybe I didn't get the update.
I
Maybe
would
didn't-
check. Can you
Let's
save?
try it.
Can you
Okay.
save?
Let me. Oh, I bet there's one in here. Okay, we're gonna save real quick, and I'm gonna just stay on the stream, and we're
Oh
gonna.
my gosh.
I'll get the update live. Okay.
I hope that the updates, and because performance outdoors is a lot more playable. So
Yeah, I mean, if that is with the update,
the old frame rate would give me a headache. Now it's a joy. That's with the update.
there's no way.
That can't be.
Maybe I'm not connected to the internet. No, I'm connected. What am I connected? Am I connected to my internet? It was worse before.
This is on Reddit. My first impression is they continue improving performance slightly. Frame rate outdoors feels better. Yeah,
We're playing the better version of this game. The last time, but I was talking about Oblivion, you could dupe items and just this glitch would make a ton of items appear on screen, and I would do that to the point where it would drop down to like 14 frames per second, and that would make me like I would be watching it getting ill, like sick to my stomach.
What is this comment? Patch notes. I think they fixed the counter on the quest to kill 30 bees/dogs/alligators.
All right. Okay, we're gonna play the one with the most playtime.
Oh my god.
But I'm like getting ill just in the open world segments, so. I might not be able to make this unless they come up with update number 2. I know, hey, good job, Swery, fixing it. On update number 1.
Reading those comments, I'm kind of flabbergasted. People are like, it's a lot better. That is... If that's a lot better, I don't know what the heck was happening.
I want to erase the update and see what it's looking like at 10 frames per second. Maybe I can turn on game mode on my TV. You know how it like turns up the frame rate?
They need a performance mode for this game. It would be like 8.
The Switch Pro is gonna run it. I heard at 28 frames per second.
That's the problem. I don't think it's a hardware issue.
Yeah, it's a game issue.
This would run down on a 3080.
That's what I was saying. Like, I watched someone play it on the emulator, and it was
Worse.
still bad and like glitching out, like because it's. All right, this is the better version.
This reminds me of when I got Demon Souls to emulate on my PC when I had a 660 graphics card and like an old, like 10-year-old CPU.
The worst I've ever tried and saw was I was playing through the Metal Gear games, and my PSP couldn't read disc anymore. I found out because I had got Peace Walker, and I was like, I'm ready to play Peace Walker. That was before the HD collection came out and all that stuff, and I was like, it won't read. Crap, I'll try emulating it. PSP games, I had an old laptop then, and my fans kicked on, and it ran at like 3 frames per second, and like
my God.
Snake running down the hall. I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out another way to play this. Now this is running at like 30.
This looks good.
This is
It's
like
night and day.
okay. Alexa.
This is the best part of these games.
10 maiden sack. Let's topple our hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh my lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here. Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed the contract.
Oh my lord. Well, let me something.
I think right when I came out of that thing.
It's
it's the sister or somebody or the wife.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
Oh my lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
You're the guy on the skateboard, rolling around at 20 frames per second. Oh, that's freaking funny. I want to talk on Sunday.
You really don't know what's gonna happen there.
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like the pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what a town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zach, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me
It's weird seeing stuff in 30 frames.
Yeah.
Or the animation being smooth. It's like the game was supposed to be looking like that.
Tell me about it. Some odd fellow was following her around.
This is the best room so far.
Yeah.
What kind of
Her animation looked normal.
She said he had a really tall shadow.
How tall?
As tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't.
Now this is why the stuff I like in these games, like this ominous what's the shadow?
Man stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree. She just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees with lots of Spanish moss hanging down make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
Yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zach, this data is all very intriguing. But it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maples, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah! I got a
Truly mesmerizing, Zach. This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right?
Jeez. Look at that art on the wall of that turquoise man.
That's crazy.
Agent York, if you're fixing to bowl, you're gonna be disappointed. Mrs. Carpenter never lets anyone else use the lane while she's here.
Patty, that's exactly what I came to do. You see, Zach and I need to bowl down 10 maples.
Fine, go on and try if you wanna, but I'm gonna eat my Sunday.
I want to eat a chocolate sundae.
Hey! Are you nuts?
What's the most addictive drug in the world?
How should I know?
It's sugar, Patty. Far more people die from obesity and diabetes than from cocaine and heroin. Alexis, would you give her some milk?
Oh, my Lord. Coming right up, honey.
Sugar might be dangerous, but it ain't against the law. You got no right to take that from me, even if you want some FBI agent.
Actually, Patty, I do. We signed a contract, remember? I promised to protect you from all the evil in our world. Delicious. What an amazing chocolate sundae. Zach, I think we just uncovered an incredible treasure here. I feel like I could eat one of these every day while we're in this town.
Oh my goodness. Try and bowl, I guess.
We're gonna end on a bowl. We're gonna end the stream on a bowl. I might have to talk to the old lady to get a bowling ball.
Yeah, she's got little dolls with her.
Oh yeah, what are those dolls? It's like the log lady.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. You're a handsome woman. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always smell you city folk from a mile away.
Penter.
I'm FBI actually, Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
So you are from the FBI? Thought of so sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new.
Someone new.
They are the real deal. One even predicted when I'd go my first perfect game. Oh no! Could you stand a bit closer to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter ball. First time in 12 years.
There's a lot of old people that are good at bowling.
Yeah.
And I am going to make
Why is that?
nothing like that
I don't know.
ever happens again.
You can sit down a lot, just take breaks, just go out and play when you can, I guess.
While others only lead to the bad. So you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane.
We walked over the lane.
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee. Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lisa Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maples, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not even the FBI can take my life from me. I haven't given it up once ever since my husband passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But
Now, if you'll excuse me.
This lady comes in and hogs the lane every day.
What kind of bowling alley has one lane? Slow motion.
Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal.
You have to poison her or something.
Find a way. We'll just take her dogs. Let's ask her.
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter.
What up, Eli? We're trying to figure out how to bowl.
Stop! Can't you see
From
us
an old
having
lady
a
won't let us bowl.
dance?
Bowling.
What are you blind? Let me pick up this split.
I don't know if she's excited until the words come out through the animation.
Always works for split.
Zach, our new friend appears to be a very superstitious lady. We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot. Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little, the ones you used to help you bowl that?
Ooh, you got keen eye, thinking I like him.
Oh yes.
I buy all my charms.
Have you ever been into collection at all, like collecting anything in your life?
When I was a kid, I liked collecting Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, though, I'm
There's Frida.
not really that much. No.
I liked Pokemon cards. I liked video games. I still, keep some collection. I have a collection of stuff, but and then records. I've gotten records. I really enjoy the albums for. I'll get a record.
I collected a lot of Blu-rays. So it was something I did. A lot of movies that I liked.
Mirror.
Yeah. Not like non-media stuff though, like action figures and stuff.
Yeah, I
like
used to say I have an action figure collection
Yeah, I
too.
didn't do much of that.
This is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets. We may even be able to find signs of something.
Okay. I think we're gonna end this because I have to do a whole other quest to be able to bowl. I'll never be able to bowl.
Oh
I'll have to
man,
get those trinkets from somewhere else.
it's a deadly premonition game.
It is a deadly permanent and skate all the way over there. Whew. So let's talk our thoughts as I go back out and skateboard. And I'll puke. I'll try not to puke.
I think one of the benefits of these games is that factor of you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, and that paired with I love, shows like Twin Peaks, anything where I don't know what, or a Kojima game, like what is going to happen next, or what weird, out of place oddities, like not quite right, always a couple degrees off. Like I love that stuff, and this is drenched in it. So there's a lot of stuff I'm going to have a lot of fun with. The frame, and I even read about it that it was bad, but I thought it was just going to. I don't know what I expected. It's kind of like in that Arrested Development episode where it said dead pigeons in the bag, and he opens it up. He's like, I don't know what I was expecting. Like that's kind of me with the frame rate. Like I read about it.
Yeah.
I saw it was bad. The loading times are bad.
Worst performing game maybe of this generation.
Bar none.
Yeah.
What performed worse? Now it's funny because
I think Arkham Knight had a bad port, but that was just one version.
Yeah, and I'll even say I guess that's a good but any other studio would be shut down if they ever tried something like this. Like
Gave up on trying to convince Mrs. Carpenter to let you play?
No, Patty, neither Zach nor I have given up on anything. We're just going to stop by Arizona Frida.
Arizona Frida? What do you want with that place?
What do you know?
I like this little kid. That's
Dumb store
fun.
that sells stupid
Yeah.
charms and even stupider souvenirs. No one who actually
They're going for the Last of Us effect.
Yeah, it's just like the last. I mean, there's a lot of comparisons to Last of Us I've seen. Her, there's her.
A voodoo shop. Thank you, Patty. You just helped me make up my mind. We're going to use the power of voodoo to help us steal the right to use that lane.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's save and we'll walk around it. So yeah, it has that going for it. It has what did I? Okay. I think I saved. Who cares? But the first game had terrible driving, but it ran at 30 frames or like 28 frames, 30 frames. It would drop a couple frames here and there. But when I am like losing frames, okay, this is fine right here. Maybe this is what they were talking about. But like, I was getting sick earlier. There's parts of this game where I was getting sick.
I don't know. It's hard to.
That is where it gets hard. It's like this isn't just happening sometimes. Terrible performance. It's like. But I do think it's funny, and it's a fun, like, these are so bare models. And like, it's such a bare world. Like,
pop in and the...
Like, that level of roughness you don't see in games, especially this generation.
Models.
Like, it was rare to see in the 360 PS3 generation.
Yeah.
It is like it might as well be a UFO alien coming down.
It's just like they tried to make a 360 game with PS2 models.
But like seeing that in the PS4, Xbox One era is like the rarest thing I've ever seen.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. God bless Nintendo for what a great investment.
If you work as the publisher on something like this, at what point do you say like, "Hey, it's not ready"? I don't know what to tell you. At what point do you say, "Hey, it doesn't matter if it's not ready; it has to ship"?
I'm braking so I don't go too fast. There we go. I wish I could do a trick or two. Maybe those come later.
That skateboard doesn't even look like it's touching the ground.
I like that you can jump and go like that. But it still holds the charm. I do think the frame rate making me sick is like, okay, now I've like crossed over from being okay with your problems to like, you gotta figure this out. But apparently the update fixed a lot of it.
Maybe it gets better.
So, I do the cell shading stuff. I got used to from D4. It's looked like I just kind of went with that and just trying that again.
Yeah, it looks okay.
But I am in it for the weird story and the odd like stuff that they're gonna bring in. Like my favorite part during the whole freaking time we played was Patricia. I want chocolate sundae. Like that kind of stuff is just comedic gold. Like, just so
correct me if I'm wrong. The first one starts out immediately with you in the woods shooting people, right? Because your car crashes. That's the one complaint I think I would have about the first couple hours of this one is they sit you in this framing device scene.
Yeah.
That takes forever, and then they bring you here and you're talking, and then you're in your hotel talking, and then you're talking outside of the hotel. Like, they haven't done much to kind of set up the murder. They haven't done as much to set up, you know, some of the gameplay outside of just a little bit of walking around and talking. So hopefully next time they would have some more of that on the horizon here. But
I don't know, if they can figure out 30 frames per second, we might be golden. Well, that's our stream. Thanks for the people that stopped on by and saw perhaps the worst game I've played on the stream yet. I don't think anything's been worse.
Now, when you think about a game you didn't like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, think about the ungodly amount of polish a game like that had.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Xenoblade was just too complex. It had too many systems convoluted, and I just didn't have fun.
Yeah.
This is making me sick visually because it cannot keep up with the frames that don't make you sick. You know what I mean? Like, there's a standard level, and then it's 30.
This is
maybe even 24, but like Ubisoft said, it's trying to be more like
under
film.
20.
Yeah, it has to be hitting 20. I'm getting sick again. Maybe I'll puke and that's how I end the stream. I'll puke on the camera. Or I'll just call it now. Yeah, Deadly Premonition. In the review I read, someone said, if you played the last game and you had a great time with it and you loved the goofiness, this is the game for you. Everyone else, stay away.
Yep.
As
Seems
far
about
away as
right.
possible. Do not get near this game, and I would second that review. So thank you for watching. If you liked it, give the video a like. Check out our other videos. We do podcasts. Travis does his own stream. I do own Hangouts every Thursday at 7 p.m. What's yours? Tuesday
Tuesday after work at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Tuesday after work, 6 p.m. What'd you say, 6 p.m.?
6 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m. Okay. All right. Well, that's our stream. And what's that, Zach? There's another update. It's coming out soon. 26 frames per second, Zach. Impressive.